I have Chris Cadwell from Tutti Frutti Farms, about 100 miles north of Los Angeles. And even though it's Tutti Frutti, he is a specialist in these incredible winter squashes. So Chris, we're gonna walk over there and look at a bunch of them, but tell me, what varieties are you growing out here in your land?
Well, Ann, I specialize in a lot of butternut squash.
Here we go right here.
Then we grow the akiri squash. The kiri is the red, sort of drier flesh squash.
More like a pumpkin almost.
More like a pumpkin. And then we do delicata, which is a smaller variety.
Sweet too.
Very
so
sweet,
yeah.
nutty. And we grow spaghetti squash for those pasta lovers.
Look, here they are. Let's go
Yeah.
show everybody. Tell me, Chris, what makes it a winter squash?
Well, winter squash is a winter squash because you can store it in the winter. And you actually grow it in the spring and summer and harvest it in the fall. But it's called winter squash because you can store it and save it and without any refrigeration.
And so what about, picking them out? I mean, like a watermelon. Do you want to shake it? Do you want to listen to it, thump it?
Well, you want to find one that has a lot of density to it. It's very heavy, sort of glossy like that.
Right, that's what I always
Yeah.
think. And that's when you can tell when they're sort of off season, when they're too light.
Yes.
Because when you cut this open, you want this to be a beautiful, rich orange color.
Exactly. Yeah, the longer you store it, it tends to dehydrate a little bit. So really, October, November is the best time.
And what about, I know people always get afraid of bruises. Here you go. This is the delicata squash. If you
Right.
see a little,
Yeah, actually.
blemish like that, is that a big deal?
Well, it could be. I mean, you don't want it to have your finger go right through it.
Right.
That's one thing. But I would try and stay away from any spots and go for the more polished looking ones.
Right. But you could
and the
always
weight.
cut around that.
You
and
can
cut
always
that
trim
out.
it. You can trim it out.
And what about this? Is that okay? I mean,
That's
just sort of
fine.
that rough.
Yeah, that's sort of a scarring, but there's no problem with any rot or anything like that. You can see that it's firm and hard.
And believe it or not, you can eat the skin of all these squashes.
That's correct.
And then let's see, these beautiful spaghetti squashes, and you can see they're different because you got a little bit of the yellow and the green going.
It's always sort of an oddity, isn't it, the spaghetti squash?
Isn't it funny? It's a great side dish, and it's great, with leeks. Actually, we've got the beautiful leeks behind
That's
us.
true, yeah.
Sauteed with leeks, really yummy. So butternut is, I don't know, do you think it's considered the most popular or the most well-known?
It's definitely the most popular squash. I mean, everyone thinks of fall time and butternut squash.
And Thanksgiving, I think.
Definitely.
So soups, beautiful soup, and side dishes. You can cut them open, you can stuff them with things, bake, broil.
I love roasting a butternut squash with beets and leeks. Everything in together, just let the whole thing roast. Carrots, throw them all in there.